Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Jenna Ortega feels that Hollywood needs to stop gender swapping characters and just create their own new original characters for franchise. She said that it's great nowadays. Listen right there. She said it's great nowadays. They're creating female characters that are awesome, but like she's tired of them being gender swapped. Now, what brought this up, you might ask? Well, she did an interview because she got a movie that's coming out right now. And of course, they asked a bunch of questions. And of course, you always gonna have one of those interviewers that's either gonna try to get you in a gotcha moment, or they're gonna hope you're gonna say something positive. Well, they asked her, hey, since you worked on two of Tim Burton's projects, would you ever do a female swap Edward Scissorhands type movie? And that's when she gave her comment of her being tired of gender swap things and just create your own stuff. Oh, Jenna Ortega. Now, first, before I go any further, let me just say that I am a massive Jenna Ortega fan. I've been a fan of hers since Stuck in the Middle. Every time I've ever talked about her, I always say I'm proud of her because I am proud of her. She's come a long way since Disney Channel, but has come even further from her Awesomeness TV days. That's the name of the studio, Awesomeness TV, when she was in the Richie Rich show as like a side character and stuff. So she has come a very long way. She's been in movie after movie, blockbuster, had her own TV show. She's doing good for herself. And I am very proud of her. More people should be proud of her. She is a very good actress. She does not get herself in trouble until she opens her mouth. More on that a little bit later. But there are people who just generally do not like her. Like on Twitter, there are like people of the Latino community who don't like her and say she's not really Latino. She's a white American because she doesn't speak Spanish. She's half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. Yes, it is true. She said she doesn't know that much Spanish. Don't blame her, blame her parents and stuff for not teaching it to her. But the girl is Latina. She is Mexican. She is Puerto Rican. There ain't no white in that girl. And I wish people would stop dogging her because of that. So people are always hating on her when they really should be like applauding her. She has a pretty positive mind at times, and she's like a pretty cool celebrity. But it seems every time she opens her mouth in an interview, she always says that one thing that kind of irritates people and stuff. Now, she said just recently she feels celebrities need to stop tiptoeing around interviews and speak their mind and stay to their convictions. Yes, that is true, but here's the thing. There's a reason why there's a PR team. There's a reason why they coach people on how to give interviews and stuff. You say that one wrong thing, it could literally cost you your job in Hollywood and stuff. Because it's like, the Wednesday show, phenomenal show. But every time she made a comment about the show, it made it seem like she hated doing the show. And it's kind of like, if you hated it so much, why the heck did you do it? And why the heck did you sign up for season 2? And now she literally pulled a Rebel Wilson and Joja Siwa by not educating herself. Here's the problem I have with this statement. She don't want to do a gender swap role. That's fine. That's her. You know what I'm saying? If she don't want to do that, if she wants to play original character, that is fine. The problem is she is 21 years old, and there's a lot of content out there that she must be unaware of, because she said that it's great nowadays that there are more female-led stuff, but there's no need to gender swap. First things first, there have been female-led projects since the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s. It's not just happening now with diverse woke culture. It's been going on since before she was born and before I was born. And I'm gonna list a bunch of female-led franchises that are action-packed that like have literally happened like either before I was born, before she was born, or when I was born, or something like that. I don't have time to get the picture to coordinate with the title and everything. I'm just gonna put them all out there. They're gonna be some movies, they're gonna be some television shows. My bad, I had to cough. Literally like Xena, the Bionic Woman, Black Scorpion, La Femme Nikita started off as a movie. They had 2 different TV shows with 2 different actresses and stuff. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charmed. What are some other things? Oh, Alien with Ripley and everything. You got the Underworld series, the Resident Evil series, Dead or Alive. You have Queen of Swords. No, Queen of Swords is not a gender-bent Zorro. She is literally her own character and stuff. And it is presumed that Zorro actually lives in this universe and probably played her dad, which probably got the show canceled. There's Cleopatra 2525, Dark Angel, Katniss and Lacey. Let's not forget the women of Star Trek. Let's not forget the female Power Rangers and their villains and stuff. Witchblade, Birds of Prey, both the movie and the television series. Wonder Woman, television series and movie. Supergirl, movie and television. Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. Trying to think of some other stuff. Oh, Salt. The 355. Oh, what's the other thing called? Red Sparrow and everything. There was something else. Ava, Anna. Oh, Hannah. Both a TV show and a movie. His Dark Material. Shadowhunters. Like, there is a long list of like female, Charlie's Angels. There's like wait. Sarah Connor from the Terminator series. These were like original women who were like tough and strong, were not gender bent or anything like that. And they have literally been around in the entertainment world for like decades and stuff. And I mean decades. Like, they will live on way past when her stuff is like over with, you know what I'm saying? And I just find it like ignorant for her to be all like nowadays is great to see this stuff and all this other crap, but it's like, no, this stuff has literally existed a long time ago. I mean, like a long time ago. And that's the problem with these young people. They are not educated, just like JoJo Siwa. She says she wants to be she says she is the first gay pop star, or she wants to create gay pop or something like that. And people's all like, there were people who did that way before you and everything. You ever hear of Elton John? And then there was like Rebel Wilson. I think she was talking about how she's like the first successful large girl in Hollywood. And people are like, no, there have been plenty way before you and stuff. Educate yourself. And that's the problem with these young people. They think they know everything and stuff. And, I was afraid. I'm like, one day, it's going to happen one day. She's going to say something that's going to piss off tons of people, similar to what Raven Simone did when Raven said she's not black and she's dark white, similar to Whoopi Goldberg back in the 80s when she said George H. Bush hates like black people or something like that. Whoopi got canceled back in the 80s and stuff. It happens and everything. These celebs, they say things in these interviews and whatnot, and then it backfires on them. And it's like, this is why I kind of wish at times these interviewers would stop asking the stars questions that don't have to do with their TV show or movie. Like, stop asking them that, because eventually they're gonna say the wrong thing and make themselves look like a fool. Like, I'm afraid for Glenn Powell, man. This dude is on fire right now. He has come a long way since that TV show Scream Queens and everything. He has been in blockbuster movie after blockbuster movie, and he's about to star in a whole bunch of more. And the thing is, they're interviewing him like crazy, and he's giving his very, very candid opinion. And one day he's gonna say that one thing that's gonna screw him up. And it's like, the less interviews, the better. Just stop asking them questions off the cuff. Just ask them questions about their movie and their television series and stuff. And because like all these projects I'm listing, there are literally over 70. My wrist hurt from photoshopping these, all right? This is how many projects that have been female led since before she was born and everything. And when she was like a little kid. So it's kind of like, it's just pure ignorance that she don't know her history. But what's kind of worse is that she needs to understand something. In today's Hollywood world, all they're doing is reboots. And that's literally it. They're not really coming up with nothing original. And so when they do reboot these things and they look at these older properties, they look at this and they're like, there sure are a lot of straight white men. And it's kind of like, okay, well, if you reboot this exactly the way it was all those decades ago, you're literally gonna have a movie full of white people and then only a few diverse people. That's gonna piss people off and everything. Because we live in a diverse world, and we don't want to see just plain white on television and movies. Even she has said before, diversity is a good thing for representation. And this is why sometimes, people get bent. But the problem now is she's created a firestorm on Twitter. Why? Because in the post that that reported this, people are now saying she's right. We need to stop gender bending people and stop race bending people and make things back the old way. And so now she stirred up that group of people who now agree with her. But what's so funny is that those people who agree with her are the type of people who don't like her because she's a woman and she's a woman of color. But now all of a sudden they're team Jenna Ortega because now she's speaking their level and everything. And they think, oh, she's one of the good ones. You know exactly what a white person means when they say that to a person of color. And so now she's getting them on her side talking about stop. Now they're literally talking about how dare they race bend the little, somebody literally brought this up talking about they race bend the Little Mermaid. How dare they? They brought that up in the comment. And they did that all because Jenna Ortega talking about stop gender swapping and stuff. But back again with the whole gender swap thing, I remember Bruce Timm from his Batman series. He's gender swapped people at least twice. He did it with Calendar Girl, and he said the reason why he did it because Batman has nothing but male villains and there aren't that many female villains. And then he recently just did it in his new series with the Penguin. The Penguin is a whole lot more popular character than that of Calendar Man, and people was kind of confused. And once again, he said he didn't want the show to have a bunch of male villains and stuff. And he gender swapped Penguin into a female. She's only in one episode, and that caused a lot of people to get angry and everything. And it's kind of like nowadays you have to literally do that because in the past, all these properties that they're rebooting are nothing but a bunch of men. So every once in a while, they'll throw in a female character. And most of the time, people don't even realize it, like The Boys and everything. In The Boys, what's her name in season 2? The evil lady with the lightning powers and stuff. Whatever her name is, she's supposed to be a guy in the comics. But they gender bent her, and even though she's evil, her character is a whole lot better and more interesting, and they took it a whole lot further than what they did in the comics. And they could have never did that if they didn't gender bend it. And not to mention, there are a lot of gender bent characters that have blown up since like being gender bent. But before I get into that, also, this is an opportunity for actresses to actually act. Like, there's a bunch of them that would never be able to act in anything if their role was never gender bent or like race swapped or anything. They would literally have to be sitting at home or in the movie theater watching other people play that role. So this is an opportunity for them and everything. But look at X-23 in Van Helsing. Like, X-23 is huge right now. X-23 first started off in the cartoons, then the comics, and then live action. She has blown up in all three medias. People love her to death to where they're all like, you know what? Wolverine can sit out the MCU. We're good with X-23 taking up the mantle of Wolverine like in the comics. People are literally saying that, and people literally want her to play Wolverine in the MCU because they love her that much. This would have never happened if they never decided to make a female Wolverine in the cartoon series. That was a clone of his. Then there's Vanessa Van Helsing. She had her own comic, she had her own television show. The television show started off really good. She is an awesome character. But then the actress got pregnant. They replaced her with two different actresses that were supposed to be like her offspring, and it just ruined the show because it just was never the same after that. But gender swapping was great because we all know Van Helsing was a man back in like folklore and older comics and stuff like that, and older books and novels, and then they gender bent him into a woman for the comic and everything, and it just turned out great. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it would be great if they were to create their own original characters. But the problem is now when they do that, or they adapt somebody from like a novel or a comic or this and that, it's flooded with so much hate. She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and the women from the Acolyte, the Star Wars series, flooded with so much hate. And some of these are original characters and everything. Actually, they all are original characters. And it's just like, it's just a complicated time right now. You got all these hate mongers and everything who are hating on female-led stuff. So if you were to create your female-led thing, it ain't gonna do well. Even before something comes out, they hate on it. And then when it comes out, if it's something they don't like, oh, then they really hate on it. Now, the problem is you got to have a good writer and a good showrunner and director and stuff. A lot of these female-led projects, they don't have that, They just have people who just put together like slop, and then they just give it to the studio, and they put it out, and then it's not very good, and then people complain about it. But I truly feel like, she really, before she speaks sometimes, she needs to think about what she's going to say and not just fly off the mouth and say it. Because lately, her mouth has been getting her in trouble and stuff. Similar to Michelle Rodriguez when she talked about, like, she's tired of, like, race swapping and everything. If things weren't race swap, people would not have jobs. But also with race swap, I mean, look at Wednesday Addams. I've said this before. The Addams family is actually really a Latino family. Like, that's how it was in the comic, and that's how it was supposed to be in that first live action television series in the black and white. Thing is, nobody knows that because of the simple fact the Addams family has been synonymously portrayed by that of like white people and stuff. It's even so much that they change Pugsley's hair from brown to blonde, depending on which comic or what cartoon it is and stuff. And because, he's supposed to be that of a Latino family, because Gomez is supposed to be that Latino, but they've always been played by white actors and actresses, except for the father in the 90s movie and stuff, who was played by an actual Latino. So people don't know that, though, unless they actually do their research, and it's very hard sometimes to find out. But you gotta look. And the thing is, somebody could literally take Jenna's words and twist them around. They could be all like, oh, you don't want gender swap stuff, but why are you in this series and you're race swapped and everything? Because the Addams family is supposed to be white, because that's how I'm used to seeing them in cartoons and movies and stuff. But now they're Latino because of you getting cast in it. When people don't know their history and know that they start off Latino and everything, but they've been so portrayed by white people, it's to the point where they might as well be white now, because that's the way they always look whenever they draw them in cartoons and animated movies and the newer comics and all this other stuff. They don't look like a Latino family no more. But thankfully for the Netflix series, they corrected this mistake and everything. And, like I said, people are going to use her words against her one day. I mean, look, she's in Beetlejuice. Winona Ryder is white. At least I think she is. And Jenna Ortega is not white. And I haven't seen that movie yet. So either Jenna Ortega is either playing a biracial white and Hispanic person, or she's playing a white girl and everything. And then people are going to say, well, if you don't like gender swap stuff, why are you race swapping and everything? Like I said before, I haven't seen it. I don't know who her biological father is. I ain't seen it. So, yeah, I'm just like assuming she's either playing one or the other. She's either playing a half white, half Latina, or she's just playing an all white person. And so that's going to make her look like a hypocrite if she's playing an all white character and everything. But like I said before, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of wish that, like I said before, she would think before she talks and everything, because it's going to be one of those things that's going to be like a doozy, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to like screw her up, and it will cost her jobs and everything. Like, why would she apologize for that writer's comment she made about the Wednesday season 1, which was so long ago, about a year or two ago? And it's like, she could apologize back then, but she's apologizing now, and she's probably apologizing because she knows she rubbed people the wrong way. But she doesn't like, tiptoeing and everything. But sometimes you gotta tiptoe, because you gotta consider people's feelings and stuff. It's not all just about you. It's about like a broader scale and everything. And it's like, 'cause she really offended people with those writers' comments and stuff. And, there's a reason why some celebrities don't talk politics and everything. They don't want to anger their fans and everything. I mean, look at Taylor Swift and look at Beyonce. They have not commented on Kamala Harris running for the presidency and everything. And people expected Beyonce to, because, Beyonce was for like Obama and all this other stuff. And she endorsed Joe Biden at the last minute years ago, at the last minute. See, they'll do that at the last minute because they'll think you'll just forget about it and everything, especially if the person doesn't win. But Taylor Swift has literally kept her mouth shut for many, many years and stuff when it comes to politics. And she never endorses people. But she did talk against Trump one time a few years ago, but people are urging her once again to endorse like this person and talk bad about this person, but she's kept her mouth shut because she doesn't want to alienate and piss off her fans, because she knows that like she is white and the majority of her fans are white. And if she ends up endorsing this person, not the other, she's going to lose tons of followers and everything, and she doesn't want that. And then this is why you have a PR team, because people are sensitive, people get triggered, and if you can't back up what you're saying, then it's going to cost you and everything. And so it just reminds me so much of that Rebel Wilson and that JoJo Siwa. That's got a weird name. JoJo Siwa. Like it's literally like that comment, like when they said they're the first successful big person, or like they're doing gay pop, and it's like, yo, people have done that before you and everything. Like there have literally been female-led projects back in the day and everything. This is not nothing new. It's really, really not. It just feels new because of woke culture going on in Hollywood right now. And there are twice as more female-led stuff than there used to be decades ago. Like every once in a while, they'll pop out like a female-led thing, but now they're doing it like left and right and stuff. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.